Hey Scorpio, I hope that you're all doing well. What I'm seeing is that it looks like there is a connection or a reconnection that can be happening. What this means is that there can be a friend or friends that you are seeing, or there can be like somebody or people that you have history with that you're going to be connecting with, or there can be like something. This feels like it has to do with people that you know. I'm not seeing anything where it looks like a new person is coming in, but there's something going on. So this means that there can be like a gathering, or there can be a celebration, a get together, something like that. But I would see this as being something connected with people you're familiar with, or a person that you're familiar with. We're starting off with the devil. The devil is connected with Capricorn. Maybe you felt like it was time for a change, time for something to come to an end. I mean, having devil and having Wheel of Fortune, what this feels like to me is something having a hold on you, something having a grip on you. But when you look at it, you can know that you don't think that it's the best thing for you, but it can also be really difficult to break out of. And this can be some type of thing that you've been trying to keep going or keep together, and there's been some major resistance to change. But then seeing Ten of Swords, I wonder if something is happening now where you are going to be like karmically releasing yourself from this. Devil can be the thing that we feel scared about, and having it next to Wheel of Fortune can be, I'm scared of and resisting change, growth, expansion. I want things to feel routine. I don't want to be switching it up. And then it can keep us feeling like we're really holding ourselves back in some way. And it's not because we want things to stay the same because we like them and they're functional. It's that things are dysfunctional, but we can feel scared of change, which I always think is so ironic, because Scorpio is connected with having to constantly surrender things. Like, if anything is a lesson of Scorpio, it is one of transformation, it is one of surrender, and it is one of evolving. Yet the essence of Scorpio is fixed water, and so it almost feels like what's required of us, those of us with Scorpio placements, what is required of us almost seems in a way at times to like go against our nature, when that is always the lesson, is having to let go. We get forced to let go all the time. So you have something going on where when we start with the devil, we look at something and say, like, I know this isn't good for me, or I know that this isn't the best for me, or I know that I could be doing better, but this thing, it happens to just be so difficult for me. It really challenges me because it brings up all of my stuff that makes me want to hold on, that makes me want to resist change, even though I know it's better for me. I feel beyond uncomfortable with that, of having to divorce. We don't want to. And the word divorce is coming through very strongly here. And whether this be like a relationship, whether it be like an actual divorce when it comes to like a marriage, or when it comes to patterns and behaviors and habits that we have in routine, there's something here where there's like a healthy separation. It feels like that's needed. And something may have happened when we have the Ten of Swords that maybe is making this apparent to you. Like, maybe you've been resisting this change, and now something has taken place that could possibly motivate you to open up. But at the same time, having devil and having Wheel of Fortune, these are major arcana, so these are bigger energies. Having it next to a Ten of Swords can maybe not feel that big in comparison to this thing that you have going on. Like, maybe it's a smaller thing that you're going through, that we could use it to harness the potential of movement and of a shift here. But there may also be a way to avoid this at the same time, meaning let's say that something has gone really wrong or something challenging recently happened that can be connected with like a resistance to change here. It could be something that you could use this as a catalyst for this process, or you could look at it and say, I'm still not ready, and you could still keep going with something that you have going on. Let's see more. Maybe you do want to take a look at this now. It can be getting to that point now, because I wonder if you're looking at things and being like, is this how I want to be spending my life? Is this how I want to be using my time and my energy? I mean, having Devil, Wheel of Fortune, and Ten of Swords can be like, because of me not breaking out of this pattern, maybe you lost something, maybe something difficult happened and you're like, it's because I can't let this thing go, or because I'm refusing to let this thing go. Now I'm having to deal with this thing happening like as a consequence of this, and maybe it's making you double take a little bit here, because maybe you don't like the way that you're sort of steering the ship here, because you're the one that's in charge, having Emperor be here, but you can feel like you're not really in charge. It's like technically you're in charge, but you can feel like this thing is actually in charge of you, the influence that it has over you. And you really can want to break free, but you can feel like it really has a hold on you, whatever this is for you. But you can also be looking at something going on and being like, that didn't have to happen. And I think it's, again, this thing that's like, it's as a consequence of this thing. Like, let's say it like this. Maybe you have an unhealthy relationship with someone. This is just an example, okay? Let's say that you have an unhealthy relationship with somebody and you have like a new person coming through wanting to connect with you, but because of like not letting go of the unhealthy relationship, you can have like sabotaged a new like healthy connection. And now you can be dealing with that, saying like, this didn't have to happen, but it's a consequence of me not changing this behavior or me not breaking out of this pattern. So it can be now pushing things away that you want. And maybe you're looking at that and saying like, it doesn't have to be like this. It didn't have to be like that. But because I'm refusing to change and refusing to let go, and I also don't even feel like I'm in control, which is crazy, because it's like, this is your boat, you're the one steering, but it feels like the voice of this thing that has a hold on you is really the one that's giving you the directions, and you're just following the command of it. And you may not even like where it's taking you. You can be having some things going on, and what we understand at this point is that like, you're giving your power away to this. You can grab the wheel and take it back, but you're gonna have to make the choice to do that. And this can be, I'm seeing that whatever this is, it feels like it has a really strong hold on you, and there can be some very past karmic ties that are connected with this. So it can even be stuff that leads you back to like childhood and whatnot, why something like this would have such a strong, firm grip on you. But at the same time, you can say like, you can take your power back. It's really a choice. It's a really challenging thing to do, but it is your choice at the end of the day. You have the power to do that because you are the ultimate power. And when you understand that, you recognize that there's nothing that has control over you unless you are giving it that. And that's always your choice. But nothing can have control and power and hold on you that you don't give it to. That's the way that the energy works. So maybe you're also taking a look at that too. Because this type of thing that has a grip on you, like, it doesn't want you to take the closer look. It doesn't want you to realize the power that you have, because then the grip of the fear that it has over you, it's going to dissolve. It won't be there anymore. And then you'll see that you're really the one that's in charge. But it can be difficult to get to that point, because it's like every time you try to look at it, it kind of like moves out of your view a little bit here. And so you really have to like grab it and take a look at it deliberately in order to really see. But yeah, I kind of feel like something has happened at this point that may motivate you to take the closer look now. Because it can be something painful that happened that you're ready to look at, and you can see like what the culprit of this really was, and that you didn't have to go through a situation like this, you didn't have to go through a circumstance like this, but it can be because of like not confronting this influence. The word divorce is coming through again. Every time I'm looking at the devil, I'm getting that. Yeah, I'm seeing this tug of war energy that you're in right now. This is really interesting. It's like I'm seeing these two different energies on your shoulder, and one of them is your personal power, and the other one is like where you give your personal power away. And it's like, well, which one am I gonna listen to here? It feels like really polarizing, this experience that you're having. Because with the devil, it's like all the ways that we imbue things outside of ourselves with our power, all of the places that we give it away. And the Emperor is the opposite of that. It's all the ways that we own our personal power, that we're the ones that decide, that we are the ones that influence ourselves. So having these two things, it's like the external versus the internal. Influence and power are both connected with these energies, but one of them, it feels like it's our choice what we're doing. The other one feels like we have to kind of compromise, feeling like it's giving us something that we feel like without that, we're not going to have that type of power within our lives. So it's like this compromise that we don't like that we're making that compromise, but we can feel like it's providing us with something, and so we're almost like okay with doing it, even though we may not even feel good about that in the first place. But it can be something that feels a bit pacifying when we have the devil there. Like, if I keep this up, even though I know it may not be the best thing for me, and I'm kind of making a deal with the devil here, it keeps me from having to confront my fears and my ego in a way that I don't really want to. So it like kind of keeps the ego safe. The other path is one where we do have to confront those things, but then we feel ultimately like the choices we're making are ours, and we're not just feeling like we're giving our power away, or that this thing bigger than us has this control over us. So it's kind of a choice between that. Like, is it your power, and do you take responsibility for that and get to live life on your terms, versus feeling like you have to submit to this thing, but that you may be getting something that you want from it, but it may be a deal that feels like it's really costing you. When you're in charge and you're the one that's connected with your personal power, that empowers you. This thing with the devil will be something that does not empower you, but it may give you something that would influence you to keep you moving within that cycle, but you cannot like it because you know you're not the ultimate one that's in charge there. And it's not in a way where it's like a collaboration. It feels like something else. It feels like a power play that's happening, and it may be something that it kind of like weakens your life force a bit here. But you can feel very stuck on like the material side of this, of like whatever it is that's providing you, it's providing you with. I feel like you have to be really smart and intuitive about the way that you approach this. Like, there's something about approaching this in a way that may be strategically necessary. Like, maybe not an outright way of addressing this, but having to kind of tackle it a little bit differently. See Capricorn, Cancer, and Aries here. Some of you, this can be about a job situation. Like, maybe it's a job that you're at and you feel like it's providing you with certain things that you can feel like, if I don't have this, I'm not going to be able to, I don't know, it could be something severe. Like, maybe you feel like you can't live without having the influence, whatever it is that this kind of plugs you into. But you can feel like there is this sacrifice that you're making, and you can feel like it kind of goes against your soul to be doing this. But then you can be like, it's providing you with something in the tangible 3D that you can almost feel like you can't do on your own. But I'm not seeing your energy come through like that. But this type of thing will have a hold on you that will be communicating this with you. It's kind of like you being somewhere where, let's say like a job that you're at and you feel like you're selling your soul to be there. You can feel like the way that this job influences you has you feeling like you're not going to be able to make it in life anywhere else. So you just have to kind of go along with this. Meanwhile, if you were to break out of this energy, you would see that you can actually like thrive independently, and you can do things on your own, and you can actually be in a better situation, and this doesn't have to have the hold over you that it does right now. But the way that this energy is, it doesn't want you to see that. So it will say, like, if you try to go out on your own, you're gonna fail, because it doesn't want to lose the grip and the power that it has over you. Some of you, this is a familial thing happening with your like family, something like this. It's really like, it's not about this situation, it's about what's happening energetically, because there are so many different situations this can manifest within. It's about the like playbook energetically of what's taking place. So one option that you have is going to be the thing that you feel like you have to compromise something that you're actually not okay with compromising, but you feel like it's providing you with something that you can't get on your own. And that's how it keeps you sort of under the reins and under the control and under the influence of this, because it disempowers you, thinking like, I'm not powerful enough within myself without this to be able to break away. The thing is that I'm seeing there be an opportunity that's presenting itself now to you. There's a door that's opening for you. And it actually can help you get out from under this energy, but it's going to be really hard if you're convinced. And this is something that messes with you energetically and psychologically. If you've convinced yourself that it doesn't matter what opportunity comes, you'll never be able to get out from underneath this energy, you're not going to be able to recognize. And I think that's what the reading is about, is saying like, you have an opportunity that's coming through. You're meant to be considering this because it can really change things in a great way for you. Bless you. But you're really going to have to see yourself as being a power player here, and see yourself as being capable, and that you can thrive without this, and that it is possible, and that you do have that power, you do have that energy within you. But yeah, the influence of this thing will convince you that you don't, but that's the lie of it. And I think that's really what has to be looked at here. You know what's interesting too that I'm noticing is that we have all of the zodiac signs here, they're all cardinal energy. Cardinal energy is what gets the ball rolling. And so I wonder if you have to embrace some of that yourself to embrace this new opportunity. Because as I said before, karmically now there is a door that's opening for you. And this is something that's a really great opportunity for you. And it's something that can get you out from underneath this energy. But if you are not seeing that as being an option, even though it's there, but it's like the devil almost like puts an invisibility cloak on this option for you, it can be difficult to see within the energy. But I get again that that's why your guides want you to know this. It's like if you're still under the haze of the devil here, that door is there and it's opening, but it can really influence you to miss it and like not realize what it actually is. And your guides are like, recognize what that actually is for you. But yeah, with the influence of the devil, you can just think it's like a door to nowhere when it's like that's actually will take you exactly where you want to go. But the devil has that influence on you where it's like, that's not going to take you anywhere. Like, don't even look over there. But it's not true. Yeah, this is going to help you walk away. The thing about the devil energy is that when you connect with the essence of what it is, you can feel like you benefit in certain ways from it, but ultimately you will feel like you are sacrificing things that actually you're not okay with, or that it's dysfunctional, or that it's harmful to you. So this isn't like a mutually beneficial, like this is really functional and it's healthy for me to be involved. It will feel like you can't live without it, but what you have to give in order to be connected with this energy, you really can feel in certain ways like you're selling your soul for it. And you can have dreams about escaping this too. Like if only this would happen or that would happen, I would be able to get away from it. So like this isn't really an energy that we want to be within, but we can almost feel like, well, how would it work for me to get away from this? Like that will be the feeling of it. We can feel like it's our only option, but it's not a good option. But we can feel in certain ways like it's our only one, and it can bring out this like desperation within us. So that's how you'll know what this is for you. And I am seeing something coming through where it will allow you to move away from this. That's what this opportunity is that's presenting itself to you. This feels like the opportunity has already presented itself to you. You're taking a look at it. This is to help you understand what it actually is. This will allow for necessary change. But a change will be involved if this is something that you take on. But I'm seeing this be something good for you. This is a good influence. This is a good type of change. And it will allow you to step away from something that is never going to be the good, healthy situation you want it to be. And so this will allow you to cut the necessary ties, and it will allow you to actually go in a direction where you have the promise of connecting with what you're actually looking for, what you're seeking. Because this is something that it'll feel like your only option, and it'll still not even feel like the best thing for you. It will still feel like an unfair deal to you. Like you're still not even getting all that you need, or that it's like a real solution for what it is that you're looking for and wanting to connect with. It will still feel surface level, yet in some ways it will feel like, well, what other option do I have? That's where this door is opening. You have another option, and it's a better option. But you're going to have to let this go. That's what's going to happen. You're going to have to trust I really think you're just going to have to trust in yourself at the end of the day, and that's really what this is about. and see outside of the influence and hold that this pattern has on you. I'm seeing Death card on the bottom of the deck, so this will be about, it can be about a final call that you make. It can be about a final ending for you. But only because it's time. It's time for you to be done with this karmic cycle. But that is your choice at the end of the day. This can be something that you remain within, and that it's going to be the same thing day in and day out. It's not going to change. You know what it is already. Or you can make the change now, and it's not just you want to make the change but you don't have the opportunity. You do have the opportunity here. You have an out is what I'm seeing now, and I'm seeing it be presented to you. So it has arrived, it is presenting itself to you, and you ultimately get to make the choice now. And I get the sense overall, like, why this was, it feels to me like the reading is about your guides confirming to you that this is a good opportunity, and that's really what the reading is about. Because sometimes we have opportunities come up and it's like, would it really be better? Like, is this actually a good opportunity? And sometimes it's not. Your guides are saying this is legit, so. All right, my friends, we are going to leave the reading here. I would like to thank everyone for connecting. Thank you for tuning in. I'm sending everybody love, and I hope to catch you guys next time.